I'm Mike Riley. I'm the editor of Fabricating and Metalworking magazine, and this is the business of metal manufacturing. I'm here today with Walter Surface Technologies, a leading manufacturer of abrasives and surface treatment technologies, and they are pursuing a very aggressive, competitive business strategy of expansion in all of the metalworking markets in the United States. And I'm here today with Marc-André Aubé, the chief architect of this business strategy. He's the president and chief operating officer of Walter Surface Technologies. And Mr. Aubé, I want to take a moment and thank you for your time today.
Thanks a lot for being here.
We want to take a closer look at the details behind the strategy that you've assembled for the company. So as we begin, why don't you give us your own personal assessment, as you see it, of the current metalworking environment?
Thanks for the question. Currently, what is happening throughout North America is we see a scarcity of resource, the need for more specialists, metalworking specialists, and in many of our clients, this shortage of resource is slowing their ability to grow. So that's certainly an important aspect. And why is that? When there's a lot of pipeline infrastructure projects, a lot of, in Canada and the US, large, massive governmental investment in bridges, new roads, which all require some metalworking parts. And right now, one of the important elements is to make sure that these overworked, specialized workforce are working efficiently and as safely as possible to keep them, to prevent them to run for other jobs.
That's right. What are the particular trends that you see taking place right now in the metalworking industry? And when you're talking about those trends, what are the particular product applications that you see that represent the biggest opportunities for your group right now?
First, the trend, a lot of our large clients are moving away from just looking at the unit cost, $2 versus a $4 product, but more looking at an application and trying to find the most efficient way to get it done. So having a product that could be 2 times more expensive but works 6 or 7 times better or faster or lasts longer is certainly a trend, especially when your bottleneck is your human resource. So the trend is to higher end, better product that lasts longer, that provides more efficiency. So in the abrasive market, certainly we see that trend, and it's good for our business. The other large trend is relative to environmental concern.
Yes.
Especially the new generation coming to the workplace are especially sensitive to environmentally friendly products. They do not want to work with solvent. They do not like to work with particles that can obstruct their lung. They will be more sensitive to wearing the right safety equipment and having products that are friendly, and we think that's certainly a big element of our growth. We have a line of product that, I don't know if you had a chance to visit our plant here.
We did, actually.
Yes. The BioCircle line is a great replacement for solvent, so we see this growing at a fast pace, and I think it's just a start. So these are the trends that we currently see in the working place for our end users.
You know, you've touched on a couple of things, and it makes me want to ask you, what do you see as the critical issues facing the metalworking industry today? You've already talked about the labor shortage and those things. Yep. What else do you see as issues facing it?
I don't know if it's issues or opportunity, but we see the aluminum portion of the market expanding. Not against steel, but the proportion is getting higher every year.
Because of lightweighting,
lightweight, concern about being more efficient. In the automotive industry, it's been a trend for many decades now, but we can see the aluminum application finding their ways in other area, and definitely a trend that we plan to benefit from. Automation, I mean, it's nothing new. Automation is there and is increasing the ability with 3D printing, and there's a lot of application that can replace, can improve the efficiency of the metalworking industry. And it's all the trends that we're seeing, definitely. And the aluminum is certainly an area that eventually we can discuss a bit more on how we're positioning ourselves versus that trend.
Well, let's talk about that just a moment. Okay. On the aluminum, with it expanding again, lightweighting is taking place in so many different industries across so many applications. How is Walter positioning themselves? from a strategic standpoint?
Yeah, it's certainly, historically, most of our efforts were focused on steel and stainless, generally steels. And over the last, well, I would say, about 5-10 years, we invested time, resource, and engineering to design product that fits this aluminum strategy or product development that will fit this growing trend. Maybe, Patrick, you can touch base on a few innovations that we're planning to launch this year.
Sure, thank you. So my name is Patrick Lapointe, Vice President, Research and Development for Walter Surface Technologies. Among the products that we are launching soon or have just launched, we have EnduroFlex Alu, which is a flap disc specialized for aluminum removal. So it's a key product for us. Over the course of the last years, we've seen the trend really for a dedicated product for removing aluminum.
Yes.
In the past, end users, workers would have bought a flap disc that would do all metals, but we're realizing that their needs now are for a specific product as this metal behaves very differently from the others. Of course, we all know that aluminum has a lower fusion point, so it clogs faster. And we need a specific product to deal with aluminum specifically. So the EnduroFlex Alu is actually a great new innovation that we are launching as we speak, August 2018. And we'll have a variety of sizes and grits, and will remove faster and last longer in aluminum than any other product in the market. So we've got high hopes for this product. It's also going to be a trimmable flap disc, so this means that you can remove the backing step by step to expose more flaps and increasing then the life of the product by an amount of up to twofold. It's not.
You know, one thing too, when you're talking about aluminum on cleaning, in your
Yes.
electrochemical cleaning operations,
Yes,
you guys introduced Surfox 305 earlier this year.
that's
And
correct.
that's very versatile because it not only handles your stainless, it also goes into aluminum. Maybe you could speak on that in just a moment.
Surfox 305 is a revolution. We have introduced a Surfox technology about 15 years ago with basic models that cleaned basically stainless steel wells. And we've introduced many generations since, but now the 5th generation with the 305 is our entry to the aluminum welding market. So this system cleans aluminum wells just like it used to do for stainless steel wells. Meaning, when you weld, of course, we all know that when you weld, you leave a heat tint initially on the weld, and that's not only unaesthetical, if I may say, but it's also a kind of a favorite environment for propagation of corrosion, right? And so welds have to be cleaned. The old technology for that is a very harsh, very acidic paste that you apply, and you need to wear all kinds of protective equipment to apply that. We're replacing these old technologies by much safer ways of working, like the Surfox well cleaning machine that provides also the user with a very fast rapidity of operation. So then now welds can be cleaned much faster than before on aluminum as well as stainless steel, and they can also be passivated, which protects the weld against further corrosion. Things that the incumbent technologies did not do.
Yes, yes. You know, things are changing so much in our industry. And Mr. Aubé, you had mentioned earlier before we were on camera about how in the distribution channels, the role of the distributor, how you see it changing so much. Could you touch on that just a moment?
I mean, every industry are being disrupted by technology, and distribution is not exempt from that. So the trend right now for distributors is to build their own private label, to create some relationship with their clients. One of their challenges historically, they haven't been doing some research and development and innovation to support their brand. And one of our mission, and one of the things we are doing and going to expand on, is to work closely with our distributor partner to help them not only create a very strong private brand, but also with the help of our R&D department and Patrick and the team, help them create innovation inside of their own brand. So what we do for Walter as a company, would like to be able to share that with some of our distributor partner. We just made a first agreement with Fastenal, so we are taking care of the abrasive development, design, and manufacturing of the Blackstone abrasive for Fastenal. So it's a first in the U.S., but certainly a trend that will expand. We feel we can bring a lot of value for distributors if we take care of their product line and bringing the innovation flavor of Walter into these private label brands.
Sure, yes. Yeah, it has changed so much from the days of just simply pulling off the shelf to now you really need to have a full one-stop solution for all the applications.
Definitely.
Mr. Aubé, do you have any other personal insights you'd like to share with our viewers today?
I mean, the industry is growing at a good pace. It's a cyclical industry. I mean, we have good year and not so good year. We're in good years right now. It's a right moment to become more efficient, to look at efficiency. From Walter perspective, we are looking also to capitalize on these good years to expand through acquisition, which we haven't done before. So we're looking at potentially regrouping some of the companies in the field and becoming a stronger, larger manufacturer for the industry, especially for the U.S. We're focused in the Americas at the moment. Eventually, it could grow more in Europe and Asia, but definitely looking to expand and to expand our footprint outside in Americas through acquisition, and organic growth is really something we expect to do in the coming years. Hopefully, we'll have another few good years to come. I think the industry is going well, and I don't see it changing for the. Hopefully, I'm not saying that, and then catastrophe over the next when it's published. But no, I think things looks good for now, and we're very motivated to keep on going and innovating and finding new solutions for our end user going forward. And really, that's the key for us, is helping our metalworking clients to work better. Every year, we launch new products with that in mind. So that's really what defines us as a company.
Thank you, Mr. Aubé. I
Thanks
appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Lapointe.
Thank you.
I'm Mike Riley, and that's the business of metal manufacturing.